What's up? I haven't done a video in a while, so I just decided to do another random video about current events. Right now it's at 12:21 a.m. Central Time. I'm up late. I was off today. I was off yesterday, and I don't have to go into work in the morning. So let me go ahead and just read these news headlines while I'm still up. See what's going on in the world. Let me see. New York Times. Democrats see abortion politics at the Kansas vote. New head of Alex Jones Company face questions from lawyers for Sandy Hook. Let's still talk about the Sandy Hook, Alex Jones. I think that was from. Remember, like when the Sandy Hook thing went down, and Alex Jones said something like it was all like fake or something to that effect. He was saying that it was like a lot of crisis actors. I heard like a lot of conspiracy theories about Sandy Hook. I don't have an opinion on it. I don't know, so I'm just like, if the way I look at it, if you're gonna say anything that's outlandish, you gotta back it up with facts. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna go into the whole conspiracy theories about crisis actors and MK Ultra and all this kind of stuff. That's for like another topic. You know what I'm saying? That's like way out there. I'm not an expert on that. But I'm sure there are other YouTubers out there who have more knowledge concerning that. But I'm not gonna get into all that. But I mean, I still like Alex Jones. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with him on everything, but like I said in previous videos, I've been following Alex Jones from way, way back in the day, and a lot of stuff that Alex Jones has said has come true. You know what I'm saying? And I've been watching Alex Jones for way back ever since he put out that Bohemian Grove video. I still got that on VHS somewhere, but I'm not gonna read his article. But for some reason they bring this whole Alex Jones ain't the hook thing back up again in the news. Let me see what's going on. What's this Nancy Pelosi trip? I don't give a damn about Nancy Pelosi. Pelosi's Taiwan trip puts the world's biggest chip maker back in the spotlight of U.S.-China rivalry. There's nothing really going on in the world in mainstream politics. Maybe the only thing they talk about is the monkeypox and stuff like that. And I don't really care about monkeypox. Like it's like, well, since COVID is dying out, let's come out with another disease. They'll scare the people and put it out right at election time. You know what I'm saying? Scare the people again to remind people of the COVID and the shots and all the kind of stuff. Uh, you know what I'm saying? So, and one thing about monkeypox is not lethal. Let me see. Type this back in again. What was the question I asked about monkeypox? According to the CDC, does monkeypox cause death? Monkeypox is a serious health issue, but it's typically not deadly. So if it's not deadly, why are they making a big fuss about it? You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know, man. It's just like I said, every year, man. It's like they come out with another mind control scare tactic to scare the population, get them scared, and always do that right before election time. Let me see. How long does monkeypox last? Let me see what happens when you get monkeypox. Monkeypox symptoms. Will usually start within 3 weeks of exposure of the virus. If someone has flu-like symptoms, it will usually develop a rash in 1.4 days later. Monkeypox can be spread from the time symptoms start until the rash is healed, all scabs have fallen off, and the fresh layer of skin has formed. Let me see. How long does monkeypox last? Monkeypox is spread from the time symptoms start to the rash is fully healed. The and the first layer of skin has formed. The illness typically lasts 2.2 to 4 weeks. That's what I'm saying, man. If it's not deadly, why the scare? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Why the media? Why are they talking about it? I don't get it. I don't get it, and I don't give a fuck. Uh, yeah, there you go, DeSantis. He's like the only people. So he's like DeSantis, Governor DeSantis. He's like one of the few people in politics who has common sense. You know what I'm saying? And heard a lot of people say that he should run for president, and I've heard a lot of people say that DeSantis. When Trump runs again in 2024, if he does run again in 2024, a lot of people are saying that DeSantis should be his running mate. So either or, you know what I'm saying? Because it will come down to the presidential election. It's gonna get interesting because Biden has the vid right, caught it twice, and he's kind of keeping it down low. You know what I'm saying? We don't really know about his health condition and everything, so I don't know between now and 2024, anything can go down. We might have our first female president before then. We don't know. I'm not making predictions, but you know, but anything could pop off, bro. But okay, DeSantis says monkeypox concern overblown. We are not doing fear. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. It's overblown. DeSantis make some good damn sense. Let me see. Political. DeSantis claims concern over smugpox is overblown, and I think a lot of people who have common sense are saying the same thing. It's overblown. You know what I'm saying? It's not a deadly virus. There are more deadly viruses out there. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, media mind control. What did Phil Valentine call it? I forgot what he called it, but it's like the problem reaction solution. He called it the Hegelian dialectic. Problem, how the problem reaction solution Hegelian dialect. Hegelian dialect of philosophy and an interpretive okay, interpretive method in which the contradiction between the proposition thesis and its antithesis is resolved at a higher level of truth synthesis. So basically, what it is, to put in a nutshell, even David Icke broke this down. How like the government, they create a problem, right? And when the government creates that problem, the population react to it like, oh no, what are we gonna do? It's the end of the world. We all gotta, you know what I'm saying? Everybody panics about the whole population. The media puts out the fear propaganda. Everybody falls for it. People panic. All this kind of stuff. And then when that happens, they put out the same government or the same people who created the problem introduce the solution to the problem that they created, which is, um, I don't want to say it. I don't, you know what I'm saying? They call it the jab, for example, or go back to the early 2000s with, the Patriot Act, more surveillance. You know what I'm saying? It's like it goes on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? It's like every time they want to introduce more control to create the problem, people panic, and then the government puts out a solution that makes people more comfortable, makes them feel safe, give up their freedoms, stuff like that. So that's pretty much the Hegelian dialectic. Now, that comes from that philosopher Hegel's from way back. Um, I've heard of Hegel's, but I never like read any of his material. I know like the basics about him, like the general, history, but I never read his books or anything like that. But he's like one of those European philosophers from way back. And let me say an example. Boom, 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 boom. Let me see the parts. There it is. A thesis giving rise to its reaction, an antithesis which contradicts or negates the thesis, and the tension between the two being resolved by me. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is. Let me see. But I'm chopping problem, reaction, solution. Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution. That's pretty much how they do stuff. Let me see if they have like a diagram or anything like that. Yeah, this is just a random video, guys. I'm just up, I'm bored, so uh do do. See, I try to see if they got like a basic breakdown of it somewhere. There it is. I can just let me click on this one right here. There, the problem, reaction, solution. All right, how the problem, reaction, solution paradigm works. The government creates or exploits a problem, then attributes blame to others. Let me see. The populace reacts by asking the government for protection and help to solve the problem. The government offers the solution that was planned by them long before the crisis occurred. Outcome: rights and liberties are exchanged for the illusion of protection and help. Problem, reaction, solution. See if I can click on it. It's on Facebook. But it's pretty much one of my control gimmicks they've been using on people for decades. You probably even say centuries. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I tell you, man, it's like the sad thing about it. People fall for it all the time. It's like people haven't learned. Because see what it is, and this is one thing that even people on the right don't really explain. And what it is that the media, the liberals, the left, or whatever they want to call it, they exploit people's sympathy. What I mean by that is like I think even Coach Red Pill made a video about it. Let me see. Try to click on it, but he made a video about how like the average person cares about I won't say maybe they can say they care about the world or they care about the environment, care about social issues or whatever, right? Rights, animal rights, human rights, gay rights, rights for minorities, rights for people of color, rights for refugees, the poor, the hungry, or whatever, right? There are a lot of people who care about certain issues, right? And the government is aware of this. So they take that aspect of that people's sympathy and exploit it, to like get votes or whatever, right? So it's like when they put out certain policies, when the left puts out certain policies that take away people's freedoms, or they kind of like do things that pretty much destroy the fabric of society, the nuclear family, stuff like that. They put it under the banner of we care. This is for the rights of so and so. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, and people fall for it, not realizing that when they vote for certain policies, what I'm saying, it's really taking away their rights and liberties. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing with the problem reaction solution paradigm. That's pretty much one of the tactics that they use, everything. So I'm going to save this image, probably use it for later. But what I'm saying, that's like they would get a chance, just go on Google, type in a Hegelian dialectic. You know what I'm saying? So, one of the many things you can learn about from philosophy that a lot of people don't really take advantage of. And it's kind of sad that we have all this information and people still walking around depressed, people still walking around lost. When I've said many times that one of the things that really helped me out was, that really changed my world view about the world and gave me more confidence, cleared my mind, stuff like that, was reading philosophy. Was people don't really take the initiative, and you got people out there they got issues, but they never read up on psychology. You know what I'm saying? They don't do shadow work. They don't read Carl Jung. They don't read Jordan Peterson. They don't even read like basic space psychology. They don't even read the basic stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff that's generic, what I call generic stuff is like, like The Secret, surface level information, or even like basic fluffy stuff like the five love languages, stuff like that. Even though it was kind of like real surface level, people still need to read that stuff for like the basics. And sad thing about it is like people don't even take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't. I mean, do something. I don't care if you read Steve Harvey's book. You know what I'm saying? Things like what's that Steve Harvey book? Uh, uh, Think like a man. What's that? Well, what's that? Think like a man. So I keep forgetting that book. Oh, there I go. Steve Harvey. I mean, he's a good comedian. He's funny. You know what I'm saying? But I would not take relationship advice from Steve Harvey. I think he got divorced like 3 times or something like that. Funny guy. I mean, I watch him on Family Feud. He's excellent. He's excellent on Family Feud. But when it come down to getting relationship advice from Steve Harvey, no, nope, 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 nope. Act like a lady, think like a man. That's surface level. I'm not saying don't read his books. I'm just saying that surface level information like this, or and always criticize The Secret, which has been out for like a long, long time. Now, The Secret is about the law of attraction. Of course, everybody knows about The Secret. I've talked about it before in my videos. Not bad information. I'm not knocking it. I mean, to a certain extent, the law of attraction is. I mean, I wouldn't like say it doesn't exist, but it's still surface level. It's pretty much like you get what you put out mentally. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like how they say like thoughts are things from a metaphysical perspective. So it's kind of like if you're a person who walks around depressed, or you're anxious, you're sad, pretty much you're gonna draw that into your life. So if you keep on thinking negative thoughts, bad things will keep on happening to you in life. But if you switch to positive thoughts, good things will happen to you in life, which is basic. I think to a certain extent it is true, but there's more to it than that. And I always say that when it comes down to new age material, not all new age material. Some new age material is good, but the majority of, especially like the new stuff, like they call it new thought now. A lot of it is, oh, it's made the analogy of the soup, right? Like you have chicken soup, right? You have like the broth, and then in that broth, you have meat, vegetables, whatever, turkey, whatever, right? When it comes down to like the secret and new age, new thought information, it's just the broth. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's nothing. I mean, you can drink the broth, but there's nothing of substance in it. There's nothing chunky, nothing meaty in it, no meat in it, no vegetables, no corn in it. You know what I'm saying? Or no peas. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's nothing. That's pretty much what new thought, new age information is. It's good stuff for beginner level. Don't get me wrong. I still, you can still read it, but you still have to go to the next level. And I would say to people, if you want to know where the secret came from, go back to the three initiates, the Kabbalion. This is the real deal right here. If you want to know, like, if you want to go deeper, go on Amazon and buy the Kabbalion, Hermetic Philosophy, the Wisdom of Tahuti, Hermes Thrice Great. This is the stuff. This go back to where the secret came from. They read this book. I kind of like backed away from the whole metaphysical cult circle. I'm not really like a part of that as I used to. I used to associate with that social circle, but I still do recommend books from that arena. In the books, I still recommend people to read is the Kabbalion. Read it. I'm not gonna get into it in this video because it's like a whole video unto itself. But if you want to study it, go on Amazon or go on YouTube and type it in. I'm sure there's like a whole bunch of videos on YouTube to break down the Kabbalion. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the books, and I always recommend this book. And there's another book I recommend. The book of law. I always recommend these books together because I know this female friend of mine. I recommended these two books. I recommended the book of law and Three Initiates, and she emailed me back talking about she already ordered them because I recommended to her, and she was happy that she got it in the mail. That she I guess she emailed me like I got them. I was like cool, but what I'm saying, Astral Crawler, the Book of the Law. What I'm saying, this is another good. I read this book like over and over again. Little red book, and I'm not really gonna go into it too much, but you know, those say every man, every woman is a star. Um, but anyway, do as thy wilt is the full of the law. Let me see. Uh, Let me go back to the news. I'm supposed to be talking about the news, man. I just went on a whole other tangent. Let me see what else is going on. Nothing really going on. What's going on with Joe Biden? Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Here it is. The Hill, 13 hours ago. Biden tests positive for a fifth straight day. Oh Lord. Okay. And this man got the shot, the booster shot, and every damn thing. He still, he still got the vid. But I tell you what though, I don't know if Trump is running again in 2024. But one thing I know about Trump, he's still doing rallies. So he's still doing speeches. He's still doing rallies. So, and more likely he might run again in 2024. There's a possibility, but he hasn't like made an official announcement yet. But let me tell you my personal opinion from somebody who's I consider myself center right politically. Um, I voted for Trump back in 2020. Now, if Trump runs again, I maybe 50-50 chance I may vote for him, but it's too early because we have to see who else is running, who will run in the Republican circuit. But my thing is like this: we should not have people in their 70s going on 80 running the country, you know. And it'd be cool theoretically. It'd be cool if there would be a presidential candidate who was similar to Trump but younger. If there's a possibility. I don't know how young DeSantis is, but he's a good candidate for president in my opinion. But I just don't like the fact that you got people in politics like Biden, Trump. They've been in public. The Biden been around Biden has been in politics since the early 70s. Donald Trump has been on the scene since the early 80s, I think. You know what I'm saying? And think about it, it's 2022. As the making of this video, this is 2022, August 1st, August the 4th, 2022. Now think about this. It's equivalent to like, let's say like, yeah, somebody who was on the scene in the 1870s and they became president in 1920. Now the 1870s, 1880s, and the 1920s are like two totally different eras. 1870s, 1880s, they're like post Civil War, right after the Civil War, post Civil War, Reconstruction era. Everything was still pretty much horse and buggy. Get to 1920, you know, automobiles, um, mobsters. You know what I'm saying? Well, what happened in the 1920s? You know what I'm saying? Italian mobsters and shit like that. Alien Ness and shit like that. I don't know what's going on in the 20s. But it goes to show you that there were like two totally different eras. The Roaring 20s and then in 1920s, then post right after the Civil War, Reconstruction era, 1880s, right? It's equivalent to like now we got people who are in politics since the 1970s, 1980s, and they're still in the public limelight in the 2020s. It just don't seem right. It's like two totally different eras. And what really needs to happen, this is my personal opinion. We need somebody kind of like, like remember how like Tulsi Gabbard was running, then they had Andrew Yang. We need people like that running for president, but who are not leftist. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's youthful. I would maybe like in their 40s, maybe the 40s or 50s. I would prefer somebody like in the maybe mid 40s, late 40s, who's kind of like who's pro crypto, pro Well, I'm thinking, not too green. I mean, they can be into the green stuff, but not like hippie trippy tree hugger type person. But somebody who's about human progress. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's like, somebody like Elon Musk, even though he can't run for president because he's not American. He wasn't born in America. Elon Musk, he was born in South Africa. He can't run for president. But we need somebody who has like a futuristic mindset, you know what I'm saying, who's pro crypto, pro space exploration, somebody who's not old fat, somebody who's hip with the times, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time still has like a practical work ethic, somebody who's more libertarian when it comes down to, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to like, fine, they're not really, what I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying, they're hip to like the whole fiat, um what am I trying to say? But somebody who's like, who's real, somebody who knows business, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who's like for the people, pro business, pro individual, pro freedom, pro free speech. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I know what I'm trying to say, but I can't really articulate it. But but anyway, moving on. Um but anyway, I just want to go over some stuff before I retire for the night. This I don't want to make this video too long like the other ones, but like I said, man, this is like a random video. You know what I'm saying? This video has no script, just me rambling up past midnight. But oops. All right. If you have any comments, comment below. And watch my other videos, and I'll try to upload more often. And peace.